So if we're saying the probability of some event is your favorable over your possible, just remember favorable is the thing that is here, right? This is your favorable. The event that you're trying to get to happen is your favorable number, okay? So take a look at this. You have a ruler here. It says a gnat lands at a random point on the ruler's edge. Find the probability. That point is between 3 and 7. So here's 3.
What?
Here's 7. I'm saying, what is the probability that a gnat lands on this ruler and it lands in that green section? Okay, so the probability between 3 and 7. So 4, right, is the number of inches. 1, 2, 3, 4 is your favorable. That's between 3 and 7 is 4 inches. The total possible between, that's my between.
It's B plus 3.
So if it's 4 over, what's your total possible? 12. You always reduce that. 4 over 12 reduces to 1 over 3. So you may write it like that. You may write it as a fraction. Or, do you know another way you can write that?
No. Oh, like a percentage?
A percent, right? If I divide that, I get 0.3 repeating, right? So I could say it's about a 33% chance that it lands between 3 and 7. So if you divide it and you get a decimal, make sure you multiply by 100 to turn it into a percent. Okay?
Wait, 33, oh, that's a percent.
You're so silly.
Okay, look at example 2. It says, what is the probability? Nope, sorry, that's number 3. Elena's bus runs every 25 minutes. If she arrives at her bus stop at a random time, what's the probability she'll have to wait at least 10 minutes? Okay, so we're trying to find the probability
I don't like this.
that she will wait at least
Well, like 15 or something?
10 minutes.
Can I just put like P10?
Sure.
Like if I did that on a 10?
I would say 10 or more, because at least 10, right? So it could be more than 10. Max, you got a question? Or you have an answer? What's that? Oh, that's not a handout? Okay. So if the bus runs every 25 minutes, that means there was a bus that left here, and then the bus came back here, right? 25 minutes later. Can you tell me at what number then, if the bus left at the 0, and then there's 25 minutes before the next bus comes, at what little marker here would you be waiting exactly 10 minutes?
15.
At the 15, right? If you came here, this would be a 10-minute wait. Okay? But now look at what it's asking us. What is the probability you wait at least 10 minutes? So coming here, you wait 10 minutes.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Where are the numbers that wait more than 10 minutes with that?
10, 5, and 0.
Yeah, everything this way, right? So your favorable is this whole chunk, right? This is your favorable section, because if you showed up right here, you'd be waiting 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, right? Like 17 minutes, because we're saying you're going to wait at least 10 minutes is your favorable thing. So 10 minutes or more is the favorable. So your favorable is this 15-minute chunk.
Why?
It's not saying it's favorable in that we want to wait that long. It's favorable in that it's the thing we're trying to find the probability of. We're trying to find the probability that we wait at least 10 minutes, right? So that favorable chunk is waiting 10 minutes or more. That's those 15 minutes where you'd wait 10 minutes or more. What's the total possible?
Yes.
Total possible.
3.
How many total minutes? 25. So if it's 15 to 25, again, you always want to reduce it. Those are both divisible by 5, right?
3 over
Can you
5.
hang out with me, you two? Whatever you're doing, that's not with me right now.
I'm good with that.
I know, but you're also looking at whatever he's got going
Oh,
on.
I was just
Oh,
having,
yeah,
I was having a hard time finding my notes.
So 15 over 25 is going to reduce if you divide both of those by 3. So a 3 in 5 chance that you wait at least 10 minutes, right? If you turned that into a percent, 3 divided by 5, right? You can just plug that into your calculator. 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. Can you tell me what that is as a percent?
60.
It's 60% times 100. You got to drop a 0 in. So it's a 60% chance that you will wait at least 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. This one says, what is the probability of something landing in the shaded region below? Pay attention on this one. This is the one that you're going to see on a test.
This one's hard. I don't
Oh,
like this
I don't
one.
It's like
Any
I
of
know
it.
it. There's notes, and I said one time, I just like don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this one
Okay.
Pea shaded.
The probability that we land in the shaded region. I need you to think about this.
There is
1 and 3.
What are we finding about that shaded portion? Are we finding a perimeter? Are we finding an area? What are we finding?
Area.
You're finding an area, right? We want to know the area of all of this. Okay, now you have learned quite a few area formulas up to this point. What 2 shapes do you see there?
in a square.
A circle and a square. So the area of the square, let's start there. Can anyone tell me what the area of that square would be?
6.
It's not 6. Not, that would be the perimeter, right? 6 times 4 would be the perimeter.
6 times 6.
6 times 6, base times height, okay? So 6 times 6, or 36. Okay, that's the area of the square. How do we find the area of the circle?
Alright.
Do you remember the formula? Pi
No.
r squared, right, is the area of a circle. This one's a little tricky. What's your radius?
6. Wow.
Remember, a radius is halfway across.
3.
It's not 12, it's 3,
Oh,
right?
yeah, whole.
If this whole thing is 6, then half of it is 3, right? So the area of the circle is pi times 3 squared, or 9 pi. Okay, so you found the area of 2 figures,
Wait, what is that? Is that 9 pi?
9 pi.
Yeah, it's
But now you have to think about, how do I find my favorable over the total possible? Okay, so the probability that we land in the shaded section, how do you find the area of the shaded section? I know you can figure this out. Stop and think about it. The area of just the shaded portion. We know the area of the square and we know the area of the circle. What's the relationship between those to find the shaded?
3 over 6. 6 over 3. No, I
3 times
1
6,
half.
6 times 3. 3 divided by 6.
Okay, think of it this way.
Subtraction.
You found this, right?
Yeah.
That was the area of the square.
9.
I don't want that.
12.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I only want this. So what do you have to get rid of?
Circle.
The circle. So you're going to do this. You're going to do the square minus the circle, and that will give you the shaded, right? The square minus the circle gives you the shaded portion.
This doesn't make sense.
What's the total possible area in this picture? If you take the whole figure, you have what shape?
A square. square.
The square. So you're going to do the square minus the circle divided by the square. Does that make sense?
No.
We'll do another one after this. So the square is 36. The circle is 9 pi. So you do 36 minus 9 pi, and you divide by what?
36.
36, the area of the square. Now you need your calculator because you can't do that in your head very easily. So plug in 36 minus 9 pi. Don't divide yet. Okay? I would just break this down. 7.726 divided by 36. And you get 0.2146. Shh. What is that as a percent? Not 2%. Multiply by 100, right? This would be about 21.5%, or if you round to the nearest percent, 21% from here. So you have about a 21.5% chance that if you throw a dart and it's gonna hit the square.
57. Oh.
What?
Is that a percentage or a 7?
That's percent.
I said that in front of somebody. Somebody said council one time.
What's happened to Bridget? She said
Okay. Last thing. We're
It was like my friend.
gonna change this one because you guys
I
are.
said in front of Snowy because she sent me to this person's office.
For this one, just fill this whole circle in with black.
Oh, snap.
I don't have black.
Well, just scribble over it. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then we're going to do this.
Wait, how the heck are we supposed to write it that when we're writing it in black?
Just write it on the outside. Go like this. 8 inches.
That's not 8.
'Kay.
Is that drawn to scale?
No, it's not drawn to scale. So here's the deal, okay? We're gonna change this question because you guys are freaking out on me. No, not because you're slow, because you're not loving it. All right, so here it is. If I want the probability that you hit the shaded region here, okay? Remember, it is your favorable over the total possible. In this picture, what's the favorable portion? The black, the shaded, right? It's always whatever is here. So we're going to go shaded over total. Right? Okay. The shaded area is what shape? A circle. So we want the area of the circle. How do you find the area of a circle with a diameter of 8?
8.
Pi.
Pi r squared. What's r?
8.
It's not 8.
No, it's 12. It's 4.
4. You cut it in half, right?
Can't you just do 8 pi?
No, you have to square it, not double it. 8 pi would be your circumference, right? Pi d. So this is pi times 4 squared, or 16 pi. Okay, that's the area of the circle. You also have here a square. What's the area of the square? Length times width, or base times height, which is 12 times 12, right? 12 times 12 is 144. Okay, now this one's different. Last time, the circle fit perfectly in the square. The shaded was the outside part, so you plugged in different things. This time, we're doing the shaded over the total, what represents our shaded area right now?
8. Circle.
The circle, which is what area?
Uh, 16.
Pi, right? The area of the circle is your shaded area. So you're going to go 16 pi,
My brain.
and you're going to divide by what? What's the total picture? 144, the square. So you're going to plug in 16 pi divided by 144. And you get this number, 0.34907. So the probability that you hit the shaded area in this picture is what?
That's like
About, so if you move this over, right? 34.9, we'll call it 35, sure. So you have about a 35% chance that you throw a dart and you hit the circle. Hit the shaded. Okay? Questions on that?
Not